Hello guys and girls, today we're doing graphing inequalities. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take you through the procedure for when you're asked to graph inequalities. Okay, so firstly, what an inequality is. An inequality looks like this. So that's going to be my blue inequality, and it's going to be my green inequality. And notice that they've got, instead of what would be an equal sign, a less than or equals to sign. And this one also has a less than or equals to sign, which means they can also be not equal, thus being an inequality. So, if you want to graph your inequality, the first and easiest thing to do, I find, is graph what it would be if it was an equality. So you've got y equals, if this was an equality, I'd have an equal sign, minus 3. Okay, so what I do is I go to my graph and I draw a line that connects all the points where my is minus 3. And that's down here. Okay, all the way along here, y is minus 3. Doesn't matter what my x is, y is still minus 3. And if my y is less than minus 3, my y has to be down here, where it's minus 4, minus 5, and if the graph went on, it would be minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10, and on and on it goes. Okay, so that's the easy job out of the way first. Now let's take a look at the job that might be a little bit harder. Okay, I'm going to graph my blue inequality. So the first thing I'll do is write it as an equality. So I go minus 6x plus 4y equals minus 12. Okay, and I'm going to use a little trick here. I'm going to pretend that x is 0. Ooh. Okay, so if x was 0, I'd have minus 0 times 6 plus 4 lots of y equals minus 12. And all this goes away because anything times 0, ooh, that's the date. Ah, that's the keyboard. Anything times 0 is 0. And I've got 4y left over. Okay, now all I need to do is divide that by 4. Divide by 4 to keep him even. And I get what y equals. So y equals minus 3. Okay, so now I go y equals minus 3. And that looks right. Okay, and here is the point where x is 0, because it's on the x equals 0 y-axis, on the x equals 0 y-axis, and it's at the point minus 3. So it solves for x being nothing that I used up here, and y being what it is, which is minus 3. Now I'm going to do the same job, except I'm going to pretend y is 0. So I write down I might just change this so it stops coming up. Tablet mode. Aha! So I'll change this to minus 6x plus 4 lots. Now my y is 0, so it's 4 times 0 equals minus 12. He cancels just like before, and I'm left with minus 6x equals minus 12. So divide by 6. Divide by 6 to keep it fair. So I'm dividing by minus 6. I end up with x. 12 divided by minus 6. Sorry, minus 12 divided by minus 6 equals 2. Okay, and that's where mistakes come in when you sort of do minuses too quickly. So just a reminder, minus 6 divided by minus 6 equals 2. Okay, so now I'm confident with that. I put 0 on the up and down axis because my y was 0 when I started, and it's across 2. So now all I do is I get my ruler And this is more difficult because it's on a computer. We'll give it a crack. Okay, and that looks about right. Okay, so now I've got to decide which side of this line is the less than bit and which side of this line is the greater than bit. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of all my working out from here because I don't think I need that anymore. So delete that. And I'm going to do a new piece of working out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just pick a random point that is easy to graph. So I'm going to pick 1, 1. Okay, and I've drawn a dot at 1, 1 and I've labelled 1, 1. And it's got a value of x equals 1 and y equals 1, being the point 1, 1. And what I'm going to do is substitute that point into this equation. Okay, and if what I get is right, then it belongs on this side. If what I get is wrong, then it belongs on the other side. Okay, all I'm doing is trying it out and testing if it's right. Okay, so I'll start that now. 6, my x is 1. Oh, and I forgot my minus straight away. Okay, plus 4y. Sorry, y is 1 as well. So 4 lots of 1. And then is less than or equal to minus 12. Okay, so let's just test it. Minus 6 is times 1 is minus 6, plus 4 is less than minus 12. Okay, minus 6 plus 4 is minus 2, is less than minus 12. Okay, and minus 2 is bigger than minus 12. Okay, if I had my number line and I started at 0, so it's a bodgy number line, it would be minus 2 over here and minus 12 way down there. So minus 12 would be smaller, so this is wrong. This point is wrong. But that tells me that I need this side of the line. This will be the right side. Okay? So, the final thing to focus on is that the blue line is right in the blue area. The green line is right in the green area. So the green area is y is less than 3. Sorry, y is less than minus 3. And the blue area is minus 6x plus 4y is less than minus 12. And the area where both is true, I'm going to colour in, it's green and blue. We'll go for purple. Okay? And this is the area we're after. The area where both is true. Okay? So your steps are just to draw the line. I like making x0 and y0 in turn. Then putting a point in. Working out if it's right. And then using that point to know which side of the line to colour in. And that's graphing inequalities. Hopefully that was helpful.